Hey Mason, what attracted you to the opportunity in New Orleans, and did you have multiple teams to choose from?
Yeah. I'll be honest, a lot of the other teams and stuff like that, my agent was working through most of those phone calls. But to answer your question, what really attracted me to New Orleans was my conversations with the wideout coach. We had a few conversations in the pre-draft process, and I really felt like this would be a good opportunity for me, um, and a good system to be in for my skill set.
And what is that? I mean, obviously, I know as a receiver, being versatile is important, but what are the strengths, and where do you think they would start you out while they're installing you into the offense?
I don't know. I think really the biggest thing is my speed. I think vertical threat in this offense is really important. And I don't know. I think it's hard to know. At least at this point, what exactly, or at least where exactly in the offense I'm going to be utilized. But like you said, versatility is a wide receivers one of the wide receivers' biggest importance, and luckily I can play all the positions at the wideout position in this offense. So um, I will answer that question here in a week or so.
I
Mason, could you
saw.
just kind of reflect on your time at Yale and just kind of what that was like for you and just some of the highlights and such?
For sure, for sure. I had a great experience in Connecticut. Um, First and foremost, I had a really good relationship with the coaching staff. But probably most importantly, I had a real, brotherhood type bond with my teammates. It was a good culture. I mean, we were three-time, my class were three-time Ivy League champions, and it was just a culture of winning, and there were standards that we upheld, and yeah, man, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I loved my experience, and I was a contributor all 4 years for me, and yeah, man, I've nothing bad to say about Yale, and really only good things.
Hey Mason, how much does it help that or how much were you influenced, or seeing Andre at Cincinnati do what he did last year coming from Princeton? Did that kind of motivate you some?
Um, I mean, it's always good. It's always good to see, a guy in the Ivy League that's excelling in the NFL. It's a bunch of guys now, and I think that it makes the rest of the Ivy League. It really helps the rest of us out in this process. I think the Ivy League is looked down upon, at least as far as compared to other conferences, and for I understand why, but I think um, to answer your question, yes. Anytime there's an Ivy League player that's successful, in the NFL, it helps the rest of the Ivy League as a whole.
I think you were listed. I saw 4.32. I saw 4.33 seconds in the 48-year pro day. What's your history with that number? What were you hoping to get? Did you hit your
um,
target?
yeah, I mean, yeah, I saw the range of what they had me at, and you know, a couple weeks before my pro day, I had ran that same number. I ran a 4.30 hand time. And yeah, I think the biggest blessing is just being able to put my best product on the field that day, at the Toledo Pro Day, and I thank God for that.
And that speed just kind of come naturally for you, or did you? I know your dad played ball, or did you inherit it, or you worked hard at it, or what happened?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of both. I was a baseball player in high school. I never ran any track. Um, So, I give a lot of credit to my speed coach that I've worked with the past 3 years here in Ohio. But I mean, yeah, it was definitely, I mean, I've always been quick, always been very explosive, um, acceleration wise. I think, top speed and longer speed, stuff like that has always been something that I've tried to work on. But yeah, man, I think definitely it's a little bit of both. Got, a lot of gifts from my parents. But yeah, definitely had to, really work on it a lot as well.
What
You
position were you in baseball?
I was a center fielder.
How much did it help you just in tracking balls? I guess is that something that kind of was beneficial to that?
I mean, yeah, I had a lot of fun playing baseball. I think, definitely speed in the outfield helping, track down fly balls. But even with tracking down balls in the outfield. I think that's what, one of my really, really best abilities is tracking down the deep ball. So, baseball helped a lot, with translating to football.
You cut out your Zoom cut out for a little second when you were talking about baseball. What you
I'm sorry.
No, that's right. You played primarily baseball. You were playing both at the same time, or you switched at one point.
No. I would play baseball since I was a kid. I played basketball, football, and baseball growing up. So no, I was just saying that as far as tracking down balls in the outfield, I think that helps help translate a lot to how I'm able to track the ball down in football. For that being one of the best attributes I have.
I guess I got to ask you this since you're from Akron, man. How much of a LeBron fan are you?
I'm a huge LeBron fan, as expected. This is LeBron's town. So big LeBron fan, big LeBron household.
Does anyone else have any other questions for Mason?
Thank you very much, man. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
No doubt. Thank you, guys.
See you next week.